It's a good day. I'm sort of excited because a very dear friend of mine, Janice Dickinson, is coming in. We're going to do a few procedures on her face. I mean, when I met Janice, I sort of met her in an elevator, and I was seated down, I was looking up at her. I said, I didn't know who she was because all her hair covered her face. I said, did anyone ever tell you you didn't have a jaw? Because she also had lost all support of her lower third of her face because of dental work, and that's what people don't understand. And so when I introduced myself, she knew who I was. My name immediately, which sort of surprised me. And I told her that I was really into the architectural structure of the face. I've been looking at the face since I was 2.5. And I've been using fillers since about 1979. But the big thing that I'm into is structuring faces because people just add volume to the face. So they put a cheek under the eye and they just put a globs here, globs there, and people look peculiar and they have lips like the First Wives Club. That was a joke. But Janice is a person who really tells the story of what I'm about. And what I'm about is understanding the architecture of the face. The architecture of the face is just like a building. You use support structures, the lower third of the face being the teeth. You have cheeks, but cheeks is a zygomatic arch that you see in Grace Kelly and Audrey Hepburn on the side of the face. So if you understand the structure, you can do things with fillers that no one else in the world can do. Now my key with her and with everyone is not to use a lot of substance. I mean, people have 5 cc's, 6 cc's. I can do more with 3 cc's. And the other thing you can do is by following the flow of the material, you can actually tighten the skin and pull back the skin as well as increasing the volume. So if you want to make a cheek back here, you can also flow the material under the skin, which will tighten the skin. I can even tighten the neck. And these are very exciting and new procedures that I've just invented. And not a lot of people are doing them, no one else but me. And I think it's just very exciting to demonstrate them because they're relatively painless because I use very, very small needles. You don't need a large aliquot material, and they really can change the way a person looks and not make them look different. That's what you don't want to look. You don't want to look done. Like I saw Rockstar last night in the Grammys, and he looked like he had a facelift. You don't want to look like that. You just want to look rested. And you want to just have a good jawline that isn't sagging. You want really nice cheekbones structurally. You really want to make sure that your upper lip is sort of 18 to 20 millimeters from your nose and 34 to, let's say, 40 millimeters from your chin. And that's why you have to learn to restructure these things. So I built up as like in Notre Dame, little flying buttresses in the face to lift up the jawline. And I pull back on the jawline, first the cheekbone over here, the zygomatic arch, that's what this bone is called, and then in the mid-cheek and the jawline to really pull back the skin. And then also I've learned how to pull back the neck, which no one really can believe because it blows people away that I can do all these things without surgery. So today what we're going to do with Janice is go with the flow. And she's a lot of fun to inject. She's a great person, and I think she looks terrific. I mean, she looks amazingly good. And I think what you can learn from this, or I hope you learn, is that if you really get someone who really understands how to use fillers, it's a revolutionary thing. So this is really the evolution of a revolution. I started to use the fillers in America in '79. That's what I try to do is be better every day. What I hope to introduce you today is the very best of what I can do. And it'll be better tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy the time you're going to spend with me today because Janice is great fun. I'll just show you a few of the new things that I've learned that really rejuvenate the way you look.
What I don't like about my face is because of stress and smiling all the time in front of the camera, the crow's feet,
Right
the frowning,
right.
and in here, and in here just a touch up, and then of course I smoke. Sorry,
Right.
I got a few lines on top and on top. But
Okay.
other than that,
I think
it's flawless.
yeah.
Thanks
Let
to
me
you.
just see now. Smile. So Ellen, take a look at these crow's feet for a second. We can get these crow's feet 2 ways. We can add, accentuate your cheeks a little bit and get those lower crow's feet. See the lower crow's feet she wants to get
Yes.
at? We just add a little bit in her
Yeah,
cheekbones below.
Yes. And my neck.
Can we take a look at your neck? Stretch your neck. Stretch. Your neck was looking pretty good, to tell you the truth. We could do a little Botox in your neck.
Please.
Or we could pull back your neck a little bit.
Do it both. And there's like weird denting up here
A little bit of
too.
that too.
Yeah, maybe it's just wearing out.
Incredible. I have to tell you something, you look magnificent. And before she met me, she knew about other things, cutting and things like that. And basically, we just pull it in very gently because you don't want to hurt the patient. The key thing is to make the material flow. You know, you want to just stick it in and put a glob in.
Didn't you invent it?
Yeah, I invented this. I invented all the techniques of injecting, but this is a better technique. It's called go with the flow. But I haven't really taught anyone this technique because I think it's
What's
too
it
good.
called again?
Go with the flow.
That's hilarious.
Because it moves the skin with the flow of the material. Let me just take a look at this side of your face. And take a look.
Go with the flow. Yeah, it's amazing.
So I mean, that's what it is, and there's no marks, okay?
No, it was painless.
Yeah.
I didn't feel a damn thing.
So massage it a little bit down, but it looks great. Look what it did this
It's
Saturday.
amazing.
Yeah, so these are the
Ellen, if I worked here, I'd come in daily and ask him for a shot.
Well, you want the rest of one? Oh, the horizontal one, yeah, we can do that one.
This one here?
The one where you go right straight across.
Oh, hold on. So this right there.
Higher, even more. With the nostril, well, looks the best. Yeah, they're perfect.
So basically what this is doing,
Sorry, it's
hold
gonna hurt a
on.
little bit.
What this is going to do is get rid of that dent. But it's counter to what everyone else thinks. They're pushing in the opposite direction. Now look at your nose. Look at the dent by your nose.
So do one more lower.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Doesn't hurt at all.
The wrinkles go away.
15 years sliced off right there. 15. You're a
Look
genius.
at the difference in
You're a
structure.
genius.
Can you see
He's
the
a
difference?
genius.
But look at the difference in structure. Can you see it? I think it's extraordinary. I mean, just look at the neck. I mean, have you ever seen anyone do a neck without surgery? Look at her neck. Look at her neck without surgery. She doesn't have a loose neck. Look at her jawline. It's straight now. You see? You see how her cheekbone is all out here? And she doesn't look like anything is full in front. Everyone works in front. It's the wrong place. You work on the sides, you pull back the skin. And this is a technique that's just new. No one else does it. Finally, what I'm going to do is inject under her back of her neck and pull the skin back here by flowing material in a backward motion and holding the skin very tightly as I flow, and it's going to pull back the neck tissue under her jawline. And that's probably the most revolutionary thing now, because with all these procedures I can do with injectables, you can essentially do what a facelift can do. And we had a gentleman come in here today who just had a facelift, and you know, there's so many things I have to do and I'm still. Well, he lost over 100 pounds. I certainly couldn't get over all of our redundant skin. But most of the people I'm doing are actresses cannot believe what I'm capable of doing. I mean, some of the actors come in and say, man, I just want to put off facelift for a year or so. And when they get done, they don't want the facelift anymore. And having 50% of your patients being, you know, actresses are really important people in the world, you know, politicians, socialites, people of that ilk. No one wants to look like they're done. They don't want to look like they're reminiscent of what they used to look like. You vaguely remember them. They have a personality, they have a face. They don't want to look like they've been pulled back, like they're walking in a wind tunnel. And then what we did is, with Janice, is we flowed a little material under her lip. We did this to make sure her jaw was the correct height. And then what we did is we gave a little bit in the edge of her lip. Not to enlarge her lip. We want to get rid of the lines, because what you want to do is not make her look distorted. Everyone tries to do what you saw me do on Janice, which is great fun, because you can see the woman's great fun, in 5 minutes. You're not going to do it in 5 minutes because it's not going to look right. It's going to look weird. You're not going to do it at Costco because it's going to look weird. I take an hour and a half on a face. What I can do, and I show you this, she can go out tonight and look perfectly normal. She can put a drop of makeup on, she's not one bruise on her face, and she looks great. And she looks better than she walked in. So I'm telling you, if there's someone else out there who's doing what I'm doing, that's great, because I love to be more people than me. But I really love what I do, and I have a great time doing it, and I want to be better tomorrow than today. Here you saw me do it. It took an hour, sure enough, that's a long time, but she didn't have pain. You saw a structure return to her face, and she looked like she's well rested. And that's a home run.